and that's just about it. And calling them home for us, Simon.
Thank you, John. A rude awakening. The first three fences come very quickly for these novices, the railway fences, and the grey Senor El Betrutti sets off in front from No Pain No Gain in second. As they take the second, No Pain No Gain slightly out to his left. Jibber the Kibber's the inside. Campeche Bay, a horse with a bright white face in the midfield as they take the last on the far side. Oh, Give Us a Call is down. Give Us a Call, and that's 3 runs in a row for Give Us a Call that he's failed to complete. An inauspicious start to his chasing career. Looking back, Pat O'Keefe is sitting up in rather bemused fashion as they swing right-handed out of the back straight. So a few fallers so far today at Sandown. These fences taking a bit of jumping, as they so often do here on this Grade 1 course. And it's Senor El Betrutti and Graham Bradley towards the inside of No Pain No Gain lying second under Philip Hyatt. Then Campeche Bay in third. Jibber the Kibber the inside taking a keen tug as they take the next. The pond fence. Jibber the Kibber just got in a bit close. Namuro was the last to land, last of the remaining 5. We take a slight right-hand bend now, and on towards 2 fences up the straight, and Senor El Betrutti took it well on the inside of No Pain No Gain. Then Campeche Bay out wide of Jibber the Kibber, and back in 5th place then is Namuro. The next fence is split into 2. They take it as an open ditch on the outside on this circuit. It'll be a plain fence next time round, and all 5 took it pretty well, though Namuro just pitched slightly on landing in last place. As they pass the grandstands then with a circuit to go, and it's Senor El Betrutti moving well on this fast ground, a good 2.5 to 3 lengths clear of No Pain No Gain lying in second. It must then be 5 lengths to Campeche Bay racing on the outside of Jibber the Kibber, and then 3 more lengths back to Namuro in last place. Racing uphill, they'll soon be making a right-hand turn as we look down on them, and Senor El Betrutti, the grey horse in front, purple jacket, continues to show the way. No Pain No Gain, whose form is beginning to look pretty good over fences. No Pain No Gain, he's in second place. His stable companion Give Us a Call already out of this contest, having departed early. Jibber the Kibber's moving closer now, the grey sleeve jacket on the inside of Campeche Bay, and then Namuro. This downhill fence can be a tricky one. Senor Betrutti over first from No Pain No Gain. Campeche Bay on the outside under Tony McCoy, well clear of the Jockeys Championship. Tony going at great pace, and Jibber the Kibber the inner, moving nicely on a tight rein at this stage, and Namuro in last place. They've got a line of 7 fences down the back. First is a plain one. Oh, Senor El Betrutti really stood off that one, took it well. No Pain No Gain in second on the outside, nearest the camera, as they take another. Good jump again by the leader, Senor El Betrutti, racing with plenty of enthusiasm, pricking his ears as he approaches each obstacle. The next is an open ditch, Senor El Betrutti over first. No Pain No Gain on the near side in second. Then Campeche Bay and Jibber the Kibber. They're both breathing down the 2 leaders' necks now, and then a gap of 4 lengths to Namuro. The next is the water jump. They take it just the once in this 2.5 mile Scilly novices chase. Senor El Betrutti, the hare and the one to catch. Out in front from No Pain No Gain. The order pretty much unchanged. They pass their point of departure back towards these machine gun railway fences, 3 in a row, and Senor El Betrutti had to put himself right there. Slight mistake by Jibber the Kibber in 4th place on the inside. Over the next then, Senor El Betrutti, No Pain No Gain, screwed at it in second, slightly awkward. Jibber the Kibber the inside, then Campeche Bay. The last on the far side, and Senor El Betrutti is handing out a lesson in jumping to these horses at the moment. The odds of reward, Jibber the Kibber at 5 to 4, No Pain No Gain 5 to 2, Namuro 11 to 2, Senor El Betrutti 11 to 2. He'd be a bit shorter than that in running as they swing out of the back straight. Senor El Betrutti from No Pain No Gain, Jibber the Kibber the inside, then Campeche Bay hanging on to them. Namuro can't get in a blow at the moment, but will probably stay on. He usually does. Down towards the 3rd last, the pond fence. Senor El Betrutti joined now on the outside by Campeche Bay. Between horses, No Pain No Gain. Jibber the Kibber 2 or 3 lengths back in 4th place, apparently feeling the pinch, and then a gap to Namuro. They swing the corner. 2 fences left to go. Senor El Betrutti on the inside. Campeche Bay out wide. No Pain No Gain between them. A couple of them not on landing. A good race in prospect. They head towards the final fence. Senor El Betrutti, he's a game one. He pulls out a bit extra going to the last. Campeche Bay in second place with his big white face. Senor El Betrutti, a great jump at the last under Graham Bradley. He's made every yard of the running, and he's pulling out a bit more as they meet the rising ground. and Nemuro always at the rear of the field, finished last of the 5. Senor El Betrutti, the 11-2 winner then of this Scilly Isles Novices Chase in the colours of Gerard Nock, trained by Mrs. Susan Nock and ridden by Graham Bradley, who had a dream of a ride on this novice, who jumped from fence to fence. In second place, number 1, Campeche Bay, trained by Toby Balding, ridden by Tony McCoy. He'll be winning over fences very shortly, I would have thought. And then in third, well, possibly Jibber the Kibber, may just have got third place ahead of No Pain, No Gain, but it was very close indeed, and the judge will have to sort those two out. Here we are looking at the head-on, and Senor El Betrutti almost took off too far from the final fence, but what a leap he put in. It wasn't perhaps the fastest jump, but it was what was required at that moment. As we look at the reverse angle up the hill now, he'd been out in front a long way. He had every right to feel a little bit tired. He'd gone a good gallop and put in some super leaps for a horse who is still inexperienced over fences. But Campeche Bay in second place, the flashy chestnut putting a bold bit up the hill, never able quite to get on terms with the grey horse, but it was a promising run. He's clearly improving too. But a good winner, Senor El Betrutti. Let's have another look.
Well, superb front-running performances from Senor El Betrutti, who's much better off on this faster surface, and really gave a jumping lesson to the other 5. To be perfectly honest, I thought No Pain, No Gain jumped particularly well all the way around, but this horse was jumping out of Graham Bradley's hands. At the last, he came up probably half a stride earlier than he thought he was going to, and, well, I think he's a horse who looks nailed on to get 3 miles, but 2 or 3 of these horses were given good rides. Certainly just have a look at Tony McCoy on this horse, Campeche Bay, because he's just kept niggling away, pushing away, trying to keep in touch with this grey, who's going along, going much better than him at the moment. And Philip Hyde going towards the 3rd last here, just coming on the outside of the grey, making to go for his run. Jibber the Kibber and Rodney Farrant just well, had no choice but to sit to the inner. Just wasn't travelling well enough, this horse. But 3 in a line there. Really good shot this from the air. You can see Graham Bradley getting the better response from the grey. Just a little bit of a drop on the inside there. Stands off particularly well. Just pecks slightly but keeps running. And Campeche Bay, well, is he going to be good enough? If he'd been good enough, he'd certainly have every opportunity. And there you see it. That was a good half a stride further back than certainly Graham Bradley or anybody else in the stands had anticipated. A really good front-running performance. And although Campeche Bay gallops on up to the line, and is another one who I'd say fairly confidently would appreciate 3 miles. Not good enough to get there.
Well, from Susan Knox, unfashionable star on the Wild Yard, but she trains them really well, not in the Republic. No wonder the applause is going round for Senor El Betrutti. Over 9-2 on the course, drifted out to 6-1 and returned 11-2, joint 3rd favourite Senor El Betrutti. Campeche Bay would result, that would have been for the layers, a 20-1 chance, and they've just scored Jibber the Kibber 3rd, sent off the 5-4 favourite, but after the falls and the handicap chase previously, punters reluctant now on the track to take a short price about that, Jibber the Kibber. But I have to ask you, lads, greatest jockey, and Alistair especially, High Baron in the previous race, and here Senor El Betrutti ran terrible races last time out. And no wonder that does put punters off. Let's hope the stewards just ask the question, let the public know why both High Baron and Senor El Betrutti did run badly, and their previous outings doesn't stop the winning here, nor the Senor at 11-2.
Well, mate, you made the point yourself earlier in the day that ground is going to be the key here. Senor El Betrutti loved every moment of this. He really raced if he was enjoying it. He's got the form on the ground. Last time out when he ran badly, the ground was soft over a longer trip at Wetherby. As for High Baron, well, he can have days when he goes and days when he doesn't. And I think the key to this race was the ground and the jumping. Jibber the Kibber made one mistake and didn't seem to be enjoying himself on the ground, but this fellow really jumped for fun. And that is the answer to what looks like a turnaround in form. If the stewards want to inquire and explain it to the punters, so much the better.
Yeah, and Alistair made the point halfway through the race that this horse looked to be really enjoying himself. Ground obviously something to do with it, but also last time out at Wetherby, he was held up. They thought they'd give him a chance to get the trip on the softer ground, and some horses, like a lot of athletes, much better off when they're up there in front, being involved in the race, and that certainly applies to Susan Nock's horse. If you backed him, you had a bit of a result. Here's the SP.
And first number 6, Senor El Betrutti at 11-2. Second number 1, Campeche Bay, 20-1. And third number 3, Jib at the Clip.
It was tremendous. A little bit different to the handicap as the race before, as you could see by some of the jumping. But one thing that my fella does do is jump, and I think that's won him the race.
Graham, I mean, to us it was very exciting to watch. I mean, are you concentrating so hard that the excitement and the adrenaline doesn't actually infiltrate you?
It is fairly exciting, but as you say, fences come up very quick, especially in a novice chase, and you've just got to concentrate on your stride pattern. And my horse hangs to the left a lot every time he jumps, so you have to just keep supporting him and easing him to the right.
Well, talk us through that. We're going to show you right down the far side of the course. We've got some good pictures, I think. We can just get the sun out of the way. Here we go.
Is this the cross fence?
First in the back straight, right?
Yeah, I've seen a nice little long one there, and he helped me out, thankfully. For on novices, you've got to be careful not to go too long all the time, because they will let you down.
And there?
He was brilliant there. I've seen a nice short stride. He's seen a nice one 4 to 5 strides away. Helped me out. Short again. Oh no, that was just perfect. He did it all lovely. But you can see his head just hangs to the right a little bit, so you've just got to support him every time you go into a fence. This is the water, is it?
Yeah, come to the water now.
I think I've seen a long one here.
His ears are pricked all the way.
Oh, that was a plain fence. I see a long one at the water, and Kevin did it.
That was the water.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the water, yeah.
I'm going blind as well.
Now the railways. Now, what are you going through your mind, the railways? What, you want to get the first one right?
You've got to get the first one right, which I don't, to get the next 3 right. So I decided to really lengthen him up here and get that half a stride back that I've lost. And he came there nice and long. I'm back on the nice stride pattern now, so I just want to make the last one perfect.
I see what you mean about him just edging away
Yeah,
left.
just hangs to the left a bit. I had to squeeze him up again there.
And how hard is that? That obviously adds another dimension, another problem to the job. How much of a worry was it?
Well, on a right-handed track, when you jump left, it's a big problem. And if I didn't do anything to correct it, I could have been losing a length and a half at every jump.
Now, obviously, you've no wing mirrors, but you can sense the others coming to you here, going to the...
Yeah, it's an uphill finish, and you might not get the trip. This is the only mistake he makes, which was a bit of a problem. But this is the time where you should attack, really. I should have been going a bit quicker, but when I came to the fence, all I could see was little short strides, so I had to sit and suffer. And they just got upsides, but then I had to drive him to hold my position. If I'd have lost my position there, it'd have been fatal. Disastrous.
I mean, how much is it left leg down, trying to keep him straight, or is
None of that, really.
You just throw everything?
You can see he's gone to the left again a little bit there, but you've just got to keep him balanced, especially with the novices. He's hanging a bit to the left, that's why I've got my stick in my left hand, hoping for a long one. Didn't see one as long as I was going to get.
He really was.
I nearly fell out the back door there. But that's one thing he does, jumps, gallops, that's as far as he wants to go. He was getting pretty tired here, so was I, but he did it well.
And just to sort of look ahead, as you know, we in the media, we're never satisfied with what we've seen. We always want to know what's going to happen next. Frank said, from the grandstand point of view, he thought he would get 3 miles, but you feel 2.5?
Definitely on good ground, which is very important to him. That was 2.5, stiff finish, but the last 200 yards he was really empty on me, and I wouldn't recommend going 3 miles with him, no.
And Cheltenham? There isn't a 2.5 mile novice there?
There's only the Cathcart, which is for Gold Cup horses, and
sure.
The Mile Mayfleet handicap. It's difficult to find a race from there. So might possibly have to wait for Liverpool or Punchestown or something like that.
And you know, I think you advertise your own skills well enough there. You're still enjoying the game. You're a veteran now, of course. Anybody over 30, as you know, gets called a veteran. Still enjoying it as much?
Still enjoying it, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't do it if I wasn't enjoying it. Thankfully, I've got a fabulous boss to ride for, Charlie Brooks. Trusts me 110%, and I enjoy it. All the lads in the yard are very kind to me. As long as he's got good horses and I keep riding the winners, I'll keep going.
Great, well done. Thanks for talking.
Carries the